Hi everyone, my name is Miss Mellen. I'm the program coordinator here at the Baum School of Art in Allentown. Today we're going to be doing a colored pencil illustration of a character from Peter and the Wolf. Before we get started on our drawing, let's go ahead and go over the supplies that we have in our kit. So the first thing you should have is some white sulfite paper. Okay, so this is what I refer to as scrap paper because we're going to be using it for doing our sketches on and getting our ideas out. So this is our paper we can kind of mess around with. Then you should have a nice piece of paper that's a little stiffer. This one is a colored pencil paper, and you'll notice that it has kind of a texture to it. That's called the tooth of the paper, and it's gonna help you be able to get the pigment from your colored pencils to lay down nicely on the paper. So you should also have a pencil, an eraser, and a set of colored pencils. All right, now that we have everything, let's go ahead and get started on this drawing.
Let's get started by taking a piece of our scrap paper to sketch out some ideas for our character design. Now I'm going to choose the wolf from Peter and the Wolf. Your character might be different and that's totally up to you, but I'm going to explain how I would go through the design of the wolf. So the wolf in our story is usually angry or grumpy or trying to eat someone, so we don't exactly want a happy, smiling wolf. I usually like to start my illustrations by using basic shapes. So a head for my wolf, I might start with a circle. I could change the shape of the head as I go along by adding other shapes. So I'm thinking for his snout, I need maybe like a rectangle kind of cone shape here, more like a trapezoid actually. His ears would be some triangles really, those little pointy bits. Okay. Most wolves have a big tuft of fur around their neck. Give him a grumpy eyeball since he's always angry or creeping up on people to eat them. The nose here. And for legs, now animal legs are a little tricky because they bend the opposite direction of human legs. But just like drawing a person, we can break this down into basic shapes. So this would be a foot shape and his leg here where it bends. There would be one behind here because two-legged in the front. Okay. Now for his body, I can kind of give myself a shape I want to keep. Okay, because his bottom is going to be down here. In between here, I can get the shape of his back, and then his stomach. Add a big oval for his thigh. Okay, that comes to a knee. Again, animals have kind of a different shaped body than us. Their back feet are pretty long here. Get another one back there. You won't see all of the back leg. And his tail perhaps coming off here like this. Big poofy tail. Now I kept him kind of low and crouched since he would be creeping up on people. And this is just a quick idea. I might sketch him some other ways too. Maybe I want the wolf looking this direction, right? And he's still grumpy. Maybe he needs teeth, okay? So you can use this paper to sketch out all of your ideas. Maybe I want to really think about how I want to draw the tail. Should it be like this? Should it be maybe more ragged when I draw it? That's what your scrap paper is for. You can go ahead and just kind of get all of your ideas out. Now here is a tighter sketch of my wolf based on my first ideas. You can see this one, I'm really getting in the idea of where his mouth is. I removed the lower jaw idea. I wanted to keep it just this snarl. I gave him a tooth, and I kept the tail kind of small and off to the side here. He's also still crouching, but not as much. So he looks angry and like he's searching for a meal. After you have this stage of your sketch, you're gonna go through and erase any of these extra lines you used to get the structure down. So always make sure you're drawing lightly. And you're going to finally get your full idea realized. Now when you're doing your final version, make sure it's on your nice final paper, that colored pencil paper that has that little bit of texture to it. But here's my final sketch of my wolf ready to be colored. And here's my finished wolf. Now he doesn't use a lot of colors in this design, but you can add more depending on the character you're working with. I kept him nice and dark, but when I drew Peter, for example, I used a variety of colors. I even, again, pushing softly, added some yellow highlights to his hair, so it felt like he was getting some sunlight on him.
So that's pretty much it. You can use these techniques that I talked about on any type of drawing you'd like to do with your colored pencils. It doesn't just have to be character design. I hope you guys had an enjoyable time doing this project, and I can't wait to see what you come up with.